Massachusetts now, and we're at the Holy Name Church campus, which is an enormous campus. It has all the features you would think it has and more. And this was the very first Catholic church in Western Massachusetts. It's very old. They started having parishes out, best outdoors in the 1830s around this location. Behind me is the rectory. The rectory, you can see, is very old. It was built as a one-floor structure. If you look at it, there's a line right above the windows of the first floor. And that means that something drastic happened. That drastic event was 9 years after it was built, it was made into a 2.5 foot floor structure. And so it really gained a lot of space. Now this is an introduction to the campus, so we won't spend a lot of time on any given feature, but we'll walk around and point out the small things about the campus. Okay, and one small thing over here is that we have little things in the back. This is a little chapel in the back of the rectory. Now, up here. Okay, from here you can see there's a chapel in the back of the church itself, and that chapel is actually a medium-sized chapel, and of course statue. And then if you look over here, there's a school. This school is a 1912 science school, which is the last one of the 3 built on this campus. There was a boys' school in front of it where the parking lot is now. Then there was a science one, and then behind that was a monastery. The monastery was for the monks who taught at the boys' school. And so you have a lot of things. Now we're going to the front of the church. All right, so we're in front of the rectory now. It's still very beautiful. It has an addition to this side, which has the title Polish Center of Discovery and Learning. And also the church is now, it's closed, but you can see it's a very beautiful church made in the 1857 it started, 1858 they ended. You can see the name is Holy Name of Jesus Roman Catholic Parish. This is the oldest church of Western Massachusetts. It was started in the 1830s, and then by 1845 they had their own parish, and I'll point out the location of that one. But in front you can see 2 gravestones. The first one is Henry Lorenzo Robinson, who was the 7th pastor of this parish or church. And then behind him, as a more vertical monument, there's another one. That's Patrick Healy, and we'll visit that gravestone. Now where he was, alright, so where that vertical stone is was Patrick Healy's burial site. He was the 5th pastor of the Holy Name of Jesus Church. And in front of that, or behind that, was the convent for the nuns. The nuns served at first only for the girls' school, and the girls' school was attached to the side of the convent. So over there were 2 buildings, and the first convent, and then behind it the girls' school, which was a girls' school, which was the first girls' school, or first any Catholic school in Western Massachusetts, first girls' school for sure. Now, the monasteries was the boys, but at some point around the very early 1900s, they combined and got a joint high school and joint elementary school taught by the nuns themselves. Now, the first church is here, but the first church, or the predecessor of this one, was across the street. And we can't see it from here exactly, but if you look across the street, there's a street over there called, I believe it's called Pleasant Street. And at that intersection, there was a wooden church called the St. Matthew's Church, and that one was the predecessor church. It's been taken down. It was built in 1845, and this one across the way was built in 1857. So it served, I don't know when it was taken down, it's not around anymore. Now, of course, you can have schools and convents, rectories, churches, chapels, but they always need a cemetery. And this church has two cemeteries. The cemeteries are the St. Matthew's Cemetery of Springfield, which was the first Catholic cemetery in Western Massachusetts. It served a very broad area beyond Western Massachusetts. And then a few years later, that was in 1845, they made that one. In 1852, they already bought another one because the first was filled up so much, and that was the Calvary Cemetery. So a lot was going on in this area. This place is the start of the Catholic Church in Western Massachusetts. And if they ever take down this church, I hope they build here a park, a Catholic park, memorializing the two people that are buried here, and keeping up at least the rectory and the science building. And then they can have a place where people can come do outdoor meditation or outdoor worship. So thank you for coming to this introductory stop. There's going to be many stops on this that will explain very specifics. Thank you.